Have you ever felt like life keeps looping the same challenges over and over? What if I told you there's a way to break free from this invisible weight? Sadhguru reveals something eye-opening about karma that could shift everything you thought you knew. Are you ready to dive in? When you hear the word karma, what comes to mind? A lot of people think it's some kind of life sentence, something unavoidable. But in reality, karma is more like a diary of all your actions and memories. Imagine every choice you make writes another line in that diary. The cool part? You can consciously choose to edit those lines and lighten the load you're carrying. How freeing would it be to rewrite your own story? Sadhguru explains that karma isn't here to punish or reward you, it's here to be understood. Think of it like a backpack filled with rocks. Some of those rocks you put in there yourself. Others you inherited. But if you take a moment to sort through that backpack and decide which stones are worth keeping, the journey becomes a lot easier. For example, changing one bad habit or handling a conflict with maturity can start to chip away at those invisible burdens. True freedom doesn't come from avoiding karma. It comes from working with it. It's like being stuck in a locked room. You're not doomed to stay there forever. You just need the right key. And that key is conscious action. Imagine reacting with patience instead of irritation, or showing understanding where there used to be judgment. Small, mindful changes every day can lead to massive transformations over time. This opens the door to understanding karma on an even deeper level. Karma runs deeper than it seems at first glance. It doesn't carry emotion, judgment, or intention. It's neutral, like a mirror reflecting your past choices. From the moment we're born, our behavior is shaped by memories we don't even realize we have. Genetic, cultural, and even evolutionary memories. It's like inheriting a family recipe. The ingredients are there, but you get to decide how to mix them. Have you ever stopped to think about how many of your habits come from generations before you? These memories, collected over thousands of years, don't just shape your actions, they influence your emotions too. Sadhguru reminds us that our tendencies are more than just random circumstances, they're stories etched into our DNA. For instance, have you ever felt an unexplained fear? That could be the echo of ancestral memories, warning about dangers in nature. Understanding this isn't about blaming the past, but about recognizing how it shapes the present. Think of karma as software running in the background of your life. Once you understand how it works, you can start using this programming to your advantage. It's like upgrading your system by consciously deciding how to respond to challenges. For example, instead of reacting with anxiety about pleasing everyone, you could reprogram that response. This shift creates space to realize that with every action, you're rewriting what once felt unchangeable. So, here's the big question. If karma can be rewritten, where do you start? Rewriting karma is like editing a computer program. You don't have to erase everything, just fix the parts that aren't working anymore. Every challenge you face is an opportunity to respond differently, more consciously. Imagine someone cutting you off in traffic. Instead of getting angry, what if you just laughed it off and moved on? That simple choice plants a positive seed in your mind. Small changes like this create lasting impacts over time, making what once seemed impossible to change entirely within your reach. When you respond with awareness, you're breaking old patterns and making room for new possibilities. As Sadhguru explains, every conscious choice you make is like planting seeds for your future. Take criticism. For instance, if you've always felt insecure when criticized, try approaching it with curiosity instead. It's like redirecting the flow of a river. At first, it's hard, but with practice, the water naturally follows the new path. The more you choose consciously, the easier it becomes to shift patterns that once seemed unbreakable. The power to rewrite karma lies in your hands, literally. Think about your daily life. whether it's at work or in relationships. Instead of blaming fate or waiting for others to change, ask yourself, what can I do differently here? That one conscious question is the first step to breaking free from endless repetition. But it also leads to an even deeper question. What patterns are actually controlling your reactions? Our emotional reactions often feel like they come out of nowhere, but they're usually rooted in deeply ingrained patterns. These patterns are like reflexes shaped by past experiences or even evolutionary instincts. For instance, have you ever overreacted to criticism, knowing deep down it wasn't that big of a deal? This could be an echo of ancient survival instincts when every threat felt like a matter of life or death. Recognizing these patterns helps you understand where they come from and how to break free. The first step in overcoming these patterns is identifying them. As Sadhguru emphasizes, simply observing your reactions starts to dissolve their automatic nature. A practical way to do this is by keeping a journal of your emotions. Write down situations that trigger anger, anxiety, or sadness. Maybe it's a specific coworker or moments when you feel like you've lost control. By recognizing these triggers, you empower yourself to choose new responses, and with that, you're rewriting your karmic story every single day. What would you do if you knew you could rewrite any habit or emotional reaction that doesn't serve you anymore? It's empowering to realize that we're not trapped by our old ways of reacting. Instead of reacting impulsively, choose to respond thoughtfully. Imagine being in a heated argument and, instead of raising your voice, you take a deep breath and speak calmly. This simple shift doesn't just transform the situation, it starts building a new emotional pattern. And that opens the door to something even deeper, shifting your focus toward something bigger than yourself. Redirecting your focus from personal desires to a greater purpose can be a game changer in breaking karmic cycles. Sadhguru explains that channeling your passion to benefit others helps untie the knots that keep you stuck in cycles of compulsive action. Think about a hobby or skill you love. What if, instead of using it just for yourself, you shared it to help others? For instance, if you love cooking, you could organize meals for those in need. Acts like these not only bring joy to your heart, but also dissolve selfish attachments. Letting go of your obsession with results is another powerful step. When you act without expecting something in return, your actions naturally align with a larger purpose. It's like tending a garden. You plant seeds, water them, and trust nature to do its part. This kind of detachment isn't about not caring, it's about embracing a lighter, more effortless way of living. Have you noticed how life often seems to flow more smoothly when you stop trying to control every outcome? By redirecting your energy toward meaningful actions, you not only transform your reality, but also inspire others to follow suit. Picture the ripple effect of small, mindful choices on your community and the world around you. Every decision becomes a step toward something greater. And as you think about this, there's one more essential thing to consider: practical steps to make these changes stick. Transforming karmic patterns takes consistent practice, and there are simple tools to support you on this journey. Keeping a journal is one of the best ways to observe your automatic reactions. By writing down situations that trigger strong emotions, you start noticing patterns you might have overlooked before. For example, if you realize you often feel impatient in traffic or long lines, you can consciously practice responding more calmly in those moments. These small, intentional actions may seem minor at first, but over time, they lay the foundation for deeper, lasting change. The question is, are you ready to take the first step toward rewriting your karmic story? Another powerful exercise is focused meditation on the areas of your life that feel most challenging. Choose a quiet time during your day and visualize these situations not with anxiety, but as opportunities to respond differently. For example, picture yourself handling a workplace conflict with calmness and assertiveness. This kind of mental rehearsal trains your subconscious mind making it easier to choose more thoughtful reactions in real-life situations. Why not add a daily reflection ritual to your routine? Before bed, spend a few minutes thinking about your actions throughout the day. Ask yourself, did I react automatically today, or did I make conscious choices? This simple habit can provide profound insights and help you align your actions with your long-term goals. As these practices begin to create visible changes in your life, you'll realize you're moving closer to breaking free from karmic cycles that once felt unchangeable. Now that you have the tools to transform your relationship with karma, the real question is, what will you do with this knowledge? It's time to take charge of your life and try something new. Subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and keep exploring this journey of growth and understanding.